why we need a new approach. And then if we look back, right, so I got my first internal comms job in 1998, so show my age here. And for those of you that are millennials or Gen Zs, you're probably thinking, what on earth are those weird machines on the left-hand side? So I think one's a bit of a phone fax machine. We had our own fax machine in our student house in the 90s, because that was the way we communicate with people. And the old style mobile phone. So this was kind of the world that I was coming into, in internal comms. So although we didn't use fax to communicate with employees, and we definitely didn't use mobile, we used a lot of print. We were just starting to put in intranets. So one of my first projects in my first IC job was to work with the tech guys to put the first intranet in. The world was very different back then. And in 2025, although we've got like probably, slightly slicker, slightly cooler kind of channels, if you like, the way that we communicate fundamentally hasn't really changed. A lot of it is kind of very expert led. We're the experts as communicators. We decide how we want to communicate with people, and we push it out there through lots of channels and kind of job done. So nothing much has really changed. But if you think about what's happening externally, right, consumer grade experiences are really slick now. So you think about, I'm a massive Spotify fan. I said before, I love music. Spotify knows me so well. It suggests playlists for me that are spot on. I love my Spotify Wrapped. It even now, gives me heads up on tickets. If you're really into bands, you listen to them a lot on Spotify. There's a band in the UK that I love called the Beta Band. For those of you that like music, they're featured on a film called High Fidelity. And Spotify recognized I was a top Beta Band fan, and I got early access to tickets for their gigs. So this is like really intelligent, really clever. It's a really slick experience. It's a consumer grade experience. And obviously Netflix, there's nothing worse than when one of my kids uses my Netflix login and they mess with my algorithm. I'm like, because I love the way Netflix knows me so well, Amazon. So externally, we have this pretty good consumer grade experience when it comes to interacting with these companies and the way they communicate with us.